name's Richard Street. Call me Brick. I'm a teacher at Grant, and I've been here for 27 years. I've been the advisor for the Environmental Club for about 20 years. And in that time, I've seen a group of kids that come in and they're very passionate about the environment, and it's grown and grown until we have what I would call the supreme group. We've done things like put in a bioswale, the first in Portland actually, and it was a model and act as a poster child for bioswales around the northeast part of the city. We've done a lot of community outreach, but what they're involved in right now, this community garden, is probably the pinnacle of what we could possibly do to work with the community.
Hagen, I'm president of the Grant Environmental Club. We've been working on the community garden for a few months now. It's provided a lot of leadership opportunities for me and other people in the club as well, just because the entire project's been entirely student-led.
I'm Zoe Bluffstone, and as a junior at Grant High School, I think that a community garden would be a huge improvement to the school, to the mentality of students. Having them interact with the community garden would help them realize the importance of sustainable agriculture and food production. I also think that it'd be a great way to involve the community more and spread and connect Grant more with its surroundings instead of being this isolated teenage bubble.
I've been over here about 20 years across the street, raised 6 boys, well, 3 of mine, 3 of yours, here at the high school, so I've been pretty attached to it. It's a nice place to live, and I think it'll make it better.
I went to an environmental middle school, so I was able to take a lot of the knowledge I learned there and use it here. I'm really excited because this opportunity has allowed me to form a relationship with our principal and other people kind of in higher positions at the school, which allowed me to feel more heard by the school than I have before.
I'm McLeod Sumner. I'm a sophomore here at Grant, and I think the community garden is really, really important for the community, for the students, because it's a hands-on way for us to get involved with the community and to provide some things for ourselves.
Big gardens on my corner yard already, but there are certain things that I can't grow easily there, like corn and things that need a lot of space. And I would love to have, plots where I could grow that. Watermelon, other things that need more room, pumpkins. Yeah. Pumpkins, yeah.
So this project is really, really vital to this community. It's going to serve as kind of a bridge between the school and everybody who lives around here. There's been a recent field improvement project that definitely has not made neighbors too kind towards the school just because of the lights and the traffic that are going to be a result of the project. And so this is really something for the community by Grant students, which is really unheard of. I mean, we're giving back to the community that gives so much to us. So
I'm working really hard and professionally as well to make contacts and partners out of the community, as well as professional businesses, private businesses, universities, getting through to the teachers at the school and the student bodies the importance of what they're doing, and they've just really worked hard, and I can't wait to see this come to fruition.
I feel like this has helped me with my leadership abilities because we've had to talk to the principal, we've had to work with Portland Parks and Rec, and we've had to form relationships with people in the community to see how interested they are.
Anything that makes this place more community and brings the neighbors in and the students into the neighborhood is a positive thing.
Yeah, I feel the same way. That's one of the nice things about being near the school. There's always so much activity over here, every kind of activity you could ever want or imagine. So it'd be something new and different.
I'm interested in the community garden project because it has kind of forced me to get out there and talk to people about something that I'm passionate about.
I think it would be great. I tire of seeing all just the lawns that are that seem like wasted space. So, and I love gardening, and I think the neighborhood. I think there's more than enough people who would love to take part in that.
Hi, I'm Reagan, and I'm a senior this year.
I'm Monica, and I'm a senior this year also.
So I think the community garden is going to be beneficial for next year and years to follow because it'll give students the opportunity to learn how to maintain a garden and also the skills needed to implement it after when they have a house and they can actually build one themselves.
And also, it'll just make a better environment, right? Like around Grant, I think people, if you have a community garden, the environment's just better. I feel like because people are working together in the community.
My name is Abasi Myrick. I'm a junior, and I think having a community garden would be lovely. You know, it'd bring more like swag to the school, make the school look more interesting. I would love to come out here and see a nice little garden. Maybe we could.
A community garden would be great. It's always a nice addition to a community because it brings people together and everybody likes to have a place to raise their produce, so it'd be good.
It's a good idea. Good idea. I have a garden, and it's in the backyard. It's kind of shaded. This will give me more sun over here.
There we go.
It's close by.
Easy. It'd be easy.
Hi, I'm Lainey Paradise. I am a sophomore at Grant High School, and I think the community garden would be a really great idea because, well, first of all, our school lunches are they're not very nutritious and they're really unhealthy and like a lot of deep fried. And I think that creating a community garden will really bring awareness on health, and we can like use some of the food to go for the school lunches, so like it'll be better nutrition and we'll get better ideas for children for like meals and like eating good, like at a younger age so that they grow up and they keep those habits.
The biggest project that Grant started on recently was the sports and the field project. And I feel like while that's an extremely beneficial project for the school, it really put the community at a disadvantage because it was using this area as more of a school resource, whereas this will be a project that will almost be more beneficial to the community than to the school itself, while it will benefit both. But I think it will balance out some of the other big projects that Grant's working on right now.
Also been really involved in just figuring out where would be best for the garden. The Grant campus is huge. It's about 10 acres. And beyond that, the Grant Park campus is about 30. So locating the perfect place for, based on sunlight and, exposure to the street, soil quality, that was definitely totally led by students, and that was a big project on our part.
Yeah, just, I think really when you look at the front of Grant, there's just so much space that seems not so attractive, and the community gardens I've seen in the other parts of town are just so pretty and full of life, and they would bring so much more bees and diversity to the garden.
We meet the requirements of at least 15 10 by 10 plots, and they have little walkways in between them. Also, we have plots for disabled people. They're raised and they're a lot thinner, so that you can reach farther in without having to bend over.
This is our community garden plot. It would be about 70 by 110 feet, and as you can see, it gets a lot of sunlight, which is definitely good for gardening because we want healthy plants.
We're also bordered by houses on our eastern side. This will provide the garden with a lot of security to run against crime and vandalism and stuff like that. We're also really, really close to a parking lot, which will make it really, really accessible for people, especially for people who have a hard time getting around.
Welcome to our community garden!